why you're thinking about getting a different one.
Right. I mean, there's just all the little things that are
annoying.
just
Especially
not making it work right.
Right. Especially if you're doing it all the time. You know, you
Right.
would notice these things.
Yeah, it drop out a couple times a day, and you just can't have that. I don't want to keep checking it. I just want to forget about it.
Yeah.
I want to have it just working.
Right, yeah. Which is a reasonable request.
That little Mevo says it's supposed to live stream with its internal battery for 10 hours straight.
Wow, with its internal battery?
With the one it comes with.
That's great.
That it can live stream for 10 hours straight. And it has AI, and it pan, tilts, and zooms on whatever's happening
Really?
at all times. You can put it on autopilot, or on your phone you can do it live, like as things are happening. It's made to set down in front of an event.
Yeah.
It's an event streaming camera, and it's a little small thing.
Yeah.
And then on your phone you can actually do like full edits. It gives you like all these options of like the zoomed in or the panned over here, and you can click between them to look like you're changing different cameras, all from just one little camera lens.
Man, that's gonna be crazy.
It's real neat, but it's a little. I think it's even a little bigger than this, which is not gonna help the situation, other than having a separate camera on a tripod. Where's the volume here? All right. Other than having a separate camera on a tripod, just sit in the room while things are happening in a room. Then I can see that being okay, because then it can pan, tilt, and zoom.
Yeah.
You could even have the app set up for somebody else to sit there and do all the live editing, on it. It's kind of designed for a live edit situation instead of post-production.
You could have for a high monthly fee, someone else can edit and zoom wherever they want.
Right. Well, I personally, if things go right, would prefer to do a 360 stream, and then you can just watch it in your VR goggles.
Gotcha. Yeah.
But right now, they're really, I mean, maybe when 5G comes in and in certain areas we can switch to that.
Yeah.
But there's just not a wide enough data bandwidth for us to use.
Yeah.
Even if we could just stream it to our server or to our studio, and then have someone being able to move the camera and look over here behind me, or look at my face and do the full live edit, and that would be more of a true Truman Show style event, where one 360 camera in the room at all times that just someone would just walk around with, or an RC car followed me around with it on a pole, could then have one guy driving the thing around that just follows me around, sits around in the rooms wherever we're at, and then someone else doing a full edit situation, because they could zoom in on people's conversations, they could pan out, and they could just do everything from one camera, just filming the entire scene. And if you wanted to go back on something that happened and look at something else that wasn't on camera, it would be there on the film. And I think that would be the ultimate live stream situation, or the the VIP pass would be the full 360 video, to where you could just put on your VR headset and just look around the wherever it's driving and see the entire scene, and be able to look like you're sitting in the room with everybody. That's the ultimate goal I'd like to reach, to where you're actually doing full live VR immersed content, where at sports games or whatever, there'd be a camera on a little RC car, a tracked vehicle with a little pole on it, and the camera that could go into the dugout of a sports game, go out onto the field, follow the guy out to the the batting box, and even chase him around the field or whatever, and then people could sit there and look around, and see everything from those angles. But
because it's no longer first person perspective, you can see what's behind
Yeah, you don't.
Something that the person's view might have even missed.
Yes, you don't have to look where
That
they want you to look.
Yeah.
You can look anywhere.
Yeah.
Whoa. Yeah, so I think that's kind of the where I'd like to see it go when we finally get enough bandwidth. You know, maybe even develop the whole system and then, you know, rent it out to big events, to sporting events, to do, you know, do their coverage. Because I think that's a big market. A lot of people pay a lot of money, and there's a lot of revenue and a lot of money being thrown around for professional sports.
Plus, there will still be quite a few people that are frightened of going up.
Yeah, I mean, you could slap, you know, some 360 cameras. You know, they do it already. They do cameras already on the NASCAR guys, and if you pay the fee, you get to hear their audio between the pit guys, you know, and them talking the whole time. Like, I need to go in for a tire change. You know, no overtime. You know, you get to feel all of that. But what if they just slapped a couple 360 cameras around and then did that in the whole VR situation?
Right lane to take the Texas 360 north exit.
I think all it'd really take is a couple really popular sports to take VR under their wing.
Yeah.
And just, you know, put it on somebody or some content that everybody would just die to be part of. And then after that, VR would just be set. Everyone would want to use it for everything. Is this it? Yeah, this is it.
So. Well, football players wear helmets. They can put it on the helmet.
Oh, it could easily be on a helmet. Yeah.
And, you know,
Head. One where the electronics were actually on the inside with just two fish eyes that could see everything, and you would have it all.
It'd be intrusive.
And you a lens and one on 3D Pro where it's with just a lens on either side, and they're still pulling off 360.
Yeah.
It's not as graceful, but as long as you edited the helmet out, or just even blacked out the bottom circle, but just black. Okay.
One professional maybe that would be.
Would be the logo of whatever team.
True. Well, that's true. Or Pepsi, whatever.
Or Pepsi, Coca-Cola. Pepsi doesn't have that kind of money. Coke, on the other hand.
Also a protest tonight at the Sheriff County Jail protesting Jaylee Shelley. Looks like maybe we could go there after dinner. Text people about Houston. I gotta text the peeps I know down in the 713. Oh, I mean, if you want to really protest things, how about the Boog boys that got arrested at the bar that opened over in Odessa? Boog boys?
All the fully armed, body armored guys standing around let themselves get arrested by the Popo to arrest a bar that opened up, the bar owner. They were doing the same thing to a bar owner over there.
So they
Except they just put their hands up and got arrested.
Huh. Did they forget that they were armed?
I think they forgot to actually put their snipers in place because, you know, generally when I do the big events like that, there's a couple boys looking down range a mile at the scene. And, you know, they might have forgot to do that.
It should be like step one.
Yeah, oh, totally. Yeah, step one is check your elevation and your terrain, as it were.
Yeah.
And yeah, make sure you have some line of sight really far away.
Half a mile.
So they got their weapons even confiscated. Not only.
I couldn't get through the entire article, but apparently like 6 people got arrested wearing full body armor and assault rifles, and because the bar was because opening a bar was against Abbott's plan. Everybody else could open, but not these one people. They can't do commerce yet. How people are putting up with this and not just pulling triggers on every motherfucker that has an issue with it is beyond me. I'm like, I think I would have to say you deserve
Hey, you're
what you get.
forgetting how nice it is with no traffic.
It's 121. I am forgetting.
You are, so let's not be confusing people here. I think staying home is safe, logical.
That's what I meant. Staying home is safe, logical.
Yes.
Yes. Wink, wink, nudge.
It's scary out
Wink,
here.
wink, nudge, nudge.
I'm feared for my life right now.
I do have a adult. Yeah.
Other places were okay. I was
Take
like,
the next right on
Right.
South Main Street, then turn
Oh, I
left.
see it.
I wanted.
Did you invite anybody else, or are we just?
No, I didn't. You know how organized I am.
You're
Turn
terrible.
left, then
You
turn
just had
left.
like 45 minutes. You could have like invited everyone. On LifeStream, they would already know where we were
exactly. That's true. That's why I do not.
at. Gave them the address.
Obviously,
Your
did,
destination
so-
is on the right.
Pardon me while I burst into flames. Think I should bring the beer in with me?
You can do anything anymore.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we can just do anything, right? Like, there's no more laws, right?
No.
The laws are over?
The laws for
Well, fuck, then yeah, I guess I probably should. I'll just tell them I'm done with it when I get in there. I mean, this whole new, like, no law quarantine shit is amazing. Because laws stopped being, like, valid when the government, like, pretended that they were your mother and shit.
Yeah, once a mom goes too far, like,
Yeah.
okay, then it's just like, I'm not listening to you
Right,
anymore,
yeah,
Mom.
what-
You just abused it.
Absolutely. Once your mom tries to drown you in a bathtub, you gotta stop just paying attention to all the things she says. Yeah. After that, you're just like, yeah, I think we're done here. Yeah, I think we're done here. But these axles are pretty good, actually, by the way. Good deal. Hey, hello. Howdy. Excelente.
You gonna get you a table? You gonna sit up here at the bar with
Oh, did he want to sit at the table?
No, want to say for
Yeah,
a
can
few
we?
minutes
We'll
and
chill
then-
it. Grab a drink. We're waiting on somebody.
you? Sounds good. Y'all know what you want to start off with, sir?
Oh yeah. Can we throw this away? And then I'll start with a stone. You got stone?
I do.
Boom. Let's do that. Tell me you got some good appetizer things going on.
Rattlers, queso, cheese fries. You want a cold
it.
mug?
That's it. No, room temperature if you got it.
What temperature mug? Let me see what's that.
That's how the IPA people roll.
I might have one I just put in there. It might not be too old.
Perfect. Or you can just, rinse it real quick and then it like becomes the normal temperature. Awesome. Good deal. I wanted the chicken and shrimp thing. I wanted that
He
thing.
heard you. He heard what you were
Yeah, I know.
He heard my thoughts.
So the ones, so that's a daily prepper. The ones we daily kind of slow roll.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll be ready. You can give us credit too. We have everything all going perfect.
All right. My feelings are hurt.
Right? I know. Those are the only three.
Damn it.
I know.
Has he been to Saltgrass before?
Did we come to Saltgrass the last time? It
I
might
don't
have been.
remember.
I put in this address. It says you were there March 2019. So I'm like, this might have been when we came with them. So I think this is the only steakhouse in Texas.
Oh, you came here before on that day.
Yeah. Well, you were there.
Oh, I'm saying I was just.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Just
which makes sense because we were over in. He was speaking over in Grapevine,
gotcha.
over by Bass Pro.
You getting another Moscow Mules or something?
I have iced tea. Unsweet iced tea.
Unsweet iced tea?
Yeah.
Trying to not break your keto thing, huh?
The other one was
They gotta work
delicious,
out.
though.
They gotta work out like an alcohol for keto people. Can you do that?
Yeah.
Can we make it out of something?
Actually, I can't figure out what
Can we-
of
can we
it is
make-
not.
Can we make alcohol out of something that's keto? We'd have the market cornered if we could.
Can we take a steak and make alcohol?
You can't. But what vegetables again were they? Because
You can't like anything but potatoes and corn. So
anything
potato
but
vodka is the
so potato vodkas are
I
out.
have, yeah.
Corn liquor is out. Okay. None of that corn whiskey. Well, what else? What else? What else do they make it
What
from?
else do they make whiskey out of?
Well,
What is
yeast
rum
and
out of
sugar. Can you do? You can't do sugar.
No sugar.
But see, but
But
to be
it-
fair,
To be fair. To be fair.
the yeast actually is sugar. You're a poop of the yeast.
Okay. That sounds better.
Is that still not?
Both at the same time.
Is that still not keto?
Well,
Sugar
I
poop.
mean,
Can you
like-
have sugar poop? You're gonna need to look this up on Google. I think.
Right? I totally am going to have to look that up. And then I'm probably going to get some really weird ads. Should say it.
Check this perfect pour. Except these are like 11.5-ounce beers because they cheat you here. You can't actually have this last bit in there. It's not a 12-ounce mug.
So I guess it's always fair to get it in the bottle.
I mean, there's no possible way you can get that last bit in there.
Nope. Yep. Minimal foam.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is 12 ounces.
That is measured.
Like zero head here.
Yep. So what?
I don't know. I'm bad with that metric system because I've never partaken in any of that.
Any of that.
Mm-mm.
No, you just, that's not you.
I would never have done such a thing.
No, never. Not even once. Or 3 times.
Nope. Well, how about, you said Sir was getting here in
15 minutes.
15 minutes? I don't know if I can wait for some appetizers for him.
I think after 7 minutes.
Alright. What do you want?
Both cheese fries and queso fresco. Sounds great. The queso fresco, I have with the food
It's like 3 sneezes in the last 2 days.
Yep. Got the COVID.
Totally got the Ronus. I should have just drank it in the bottle because I got my koozie here.
Which appetizer sounds good to you, sir?
Other Range Rattlers.
Really?
What about me? What's your man got to do with me?
Obviously, didn't know that.
Stop looking at my code. Stop. You're trying to. Alright. Let's see if we're still working here. Says it is.
All right. Cool, because if you get range rattlers, I won't try stealing any.
You don't want any? Well, then I definitely won't get it because that's shit. Oh man. I would these fries.
Not a choice.
Okay. I would. No. Yeah. Maybe, I don't know. Oh, because you can put past videos on the things.
Oh.
Hold on. Where's the other phone? Which one is that one? Is that in the watch party too? Or no?
That delay.
Right. I gotta copy this link and I gotta put it over here and this thing here and do that and that and that. This shit. Boom. Paste that. Levon. Oh, I still didn't text all the people in Houston. I keep getting distracted. All right, let's do that. This. Let me go hide it off camera. What else do I know down there? I think, where was that person? Oh, how about the... queso fresco.
Okay.
Y'all want to order a queso?
Yeah, queso fresco, please.
Okay, I'll put that in for you.
Sweet.
When you chip your phone like that, it's hard for us to read it.
I know, that's what I'm trying to do. It's make it hard for...
I mean, we can kind of see your phone.
Shush!
Trying to be helpful here.
See, I want to go chill on the beach or kayak.
Yeah, exactly. And you know my track record. You know my track record.
Alright, let's see, there's a couple people. And let's see. This beard is getting out of control. People commenting over here? What's going on? Those.
But she said Eric's an old man.
Oh, Eric is an old man. Eric, come on. I'd buy you a, they don't have Mosaic, but Stone IPA. I'd buy you one of these if you want to come, Eric.
Yeah, and Sam likes an IPA too.
I don't believe that.
Pretty sure she said IPA for life.
Right. You know what? I think I'm gonna my steak plan for the evening.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna have to go for the ribs.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. If you have to, you have to.
I hear them calling me.
Okay.
Baby back ribs. Ooh, and here's with shrimp. Actually on the. Oh, okay. Boom. Is that full rack?
Right. So, how many are in that one?
I don't think I've ever actually ordered a full rack of ribs. It's usually a half rack kind of fills me up.
Really?
Yeah. They put calories on these now?
I know.
What's the calories on a steak? I've never even thought about it. 190 to 70 calories. That's not even 1,000 calories.
It's not even.
That's like half of a Big Mac.
No, I think Big Mac is like 600, isn't it?
Well, I thought they were like 1,500 or something stupid. I don't know either. We're all making up things at this point. Because, you know.
I'm looking it up.
Okay, yeah, say okay, Google.
Yeah, right?
Let's see. Okay, Google.
No.
They're pretending not to listen.
They're not.
Really?
Yeah.
Because they're only like this big now.
Because there's calories are actually energy, and so
These are heat.
that's
They're not. I mean, they converted to heat. Actually, that then gives. It's science.
it starts here and it goes there,
Yeah,
and somewhere in between you end up with a gut.
That exactly. Yeah.
Then if you're diverging, I don't know.
Better have the asparagus or.
Oh no.
I'd be okay. Green beans again.
Yeah, they were good.
They're not bad here.
How do they do the broccoli? Is it?
Well, no, it's all good here. Yeah, they don't.
It was great yesterday.
There's still a lot. That guy.
No
What's his
way.
name? Yeah.
Jeff Gold.
Yeah, that dude. I just. Kind of funny. Sometimes.
Funny, like ugly. I would say just the same level of ugliness.
Well, that's a plus. Because when you're pretty, you gotta wait. You gotta eventually get to that. If you start out ugly, you just like.
You just stay right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just.
It's like,
right
well, they
there.
haven't got worse.
No.
Growing up and growing old, just learning to become old.
Yeah,
Or
I'm gonna put
not.
that on my list too.
Yeah, or not.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of these days when we get there.
Exactly.
Salute.
I know. You want to stay up here, or do you want to sit at a table?
Around the corner, or we'll go sit at the table. Whatever's easier to converse.
Probably a table is easier to converse.
Okay. You gotta sit on his side, or my side.
On one of those sides?
Okay. One of the two sides you will have to sit
totally. Plan.
There you go, girl. Y'all good for right now?
on. Totally.
Yeah,
Y'all
thanks.
enjoy, okay?
Thank you.
And I definitely don't have 3 cell phones on the car at all.
No, that'd be excessive. Wow. Okay, so this is my challenge. To eat it without a chip.
Fork?
Yeah.
Ask for bread. Oh, you can't do bread either?
No.
What is?
I know.
What are
I
you
know.
supposed to put things on?
I know. You can't. Celery, perhaps?
Okay.
Thank
You go just
you.
pour some
I
onto it.
can? Okay, cool. No. That's probably hot.
Well, it's
Thank you. That's perfect.
Okay.
Thank you. Chef's fingers. Yes, that is hot.
not.
Yeah.
Your mom's
Thank
hot. Oh.
That's what she said.
What? This is one of the airplanes or something?
They did a couple movies after it too, but I don't remember what they're called. In fact, I can keep a straight face through the whole thing.
I don't know if I thought they were all that funny though.
Things got funnier because so many things are so lame now.
Right?
They're comparatively funny.
Kind of like an idiocracy situation.
Yeah, well, yeah.
The movie was actually a little sadder this last time I watched it. It's
I
like,
wouldn't say funny.
oh,
Funnier, yeah.
that's.
Okay, yeah.
Huh?
This one looks maybe a little bit dumb.
I like that the sprinkler head actually had to have a flame on it before it went off, though. Unlike
They understood science and how things work.
unlike the one of those 007s I was watching. The dude pulls a manual pull station in the middle of an airport, and all of the sprinkler heads start spraying water on everyone.
Because the pull station does that.
I mean, granted, in a deluge situation or what have you, like in a airport hangar, might do that. But definitely not in an airport. Anyways, I found it just intolerable. It's like, that's it. I'm done. I'm done.
That's why no more 007.
Yep.
Yeah,
It's over.
that finished it for you.
Yeah, that ended the whole.
The whole series. That reminds me, I want to watch the new one.
Not series, not Enterprise. Universe.
The whole James Bond universe.
Yes.
Okay, it's kind of like Marvel universe.
It ended the whole universe for me.
Infinity Wars almost ended the whole universe for me in Marvel. I'm still annoyed at both of those. Infinity Wars and the one after that. I don't remember what the name of it was.
What was the one after it?
I don't know. It's one out. I'm looking it up.
Didn't all of us go see that?
Yeah, we did.
I don't remember it.
That's funny. I watched it the first time with Yao and Mary and fell asleep. It was a night that it opened, and we were there. It was the most comfortable recliner seats, and it was like we got there at midnight, and it was a long movie, and I didn't
All of
like
these things
parts of
just
it.
sound bad.
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
I got mad at something that they did in the movie, and so then I was like, okay.
I'm done. I'm done here
I'm
too.
done. I'm done. I might as well just take a nice nap. It's comfy. Endgame.
Huh?
Endgame.
I thought you just. Oh, Infinity War is an Endgame.
Yep.
All right. Yeah. I thought you had said
He's
Endgame
mad
to
at
start
both
with,
of
and
them.
then
No,
I forgot
mad at
about
both
that.
of
Okay. Look at that hairdo. It's so 80s.
to get it to stand up like that, that's impressive. Like, look at from the side. And
Oh, I
everything.
remember
It's
my
just-
sister doing that. Half a can of the
Wow, look at that.
the Aquanet.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
impressive.
she would have those big cans of the Aquanet and just. Oh yeah, yeah, totally.
And,
But you know, granted they could go out in a level
Storm or
3,
anything?
yeah, hurricane wind and not
and
worry
bees
about
still
their
be
hair.
fine, their hair still look good.
Uh huh.
Yeah, it's funny. Hairspray is totally out.
The what?
Hairspray is totally out.
Mm-hmm.
Shoulder pads are back in though.
That's what you're telling me. I have yet to see this.
Oh no, it's gonna be great.
Grilled shrimp or fried? Oh, you just want that. Okay, gotcha. Yes, sir. And you said you need well, mashed potatoes and turkey sauce.
What you said about the table?
I'm fine with the table. What have you decided about where you're sitting?
What you said.
Okay, one of the sides?
Yeah, one of the.
Sounds good to me.
It doesn't matter as long as there's not a little.
They're pretty packed right now.
You could sit at a table where chairs are made on the side next.
Okay. I'm down with that move.
All right. Following you.
Okay. Did I do all of this? Did I do that?
No, no way. You.
All right. Books. Let's see what we got here. See what we're doing. Share it. Copy the link. Copy a link, please. Boop, 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 boop. All right. I'm live streaming. No. Streaming it.
Yep. Paste. What?
I bet that he's here. He's usually taking phone calls or something. Interviews.
Yeah, I know the drill.
I know you do.
Okay. Word. Must be some high pollen count of something weird. I don't know. Sneezed like 2-3 times in the last 2 days. That's weird. A little odd, if you ask me. Good question. The bartender would know. I think it was. I don't want to guess because I'll be wrong. Alright, see what we got going on here. Yo, yo, yo. Facebook video app on Apple TV, Amazon Fire, and Samsung. Oh, on the Amazon Fire, you can, Fire Sticks, you can watch Facebook videos full screen. I could be streaming my whole life onto a TV. That'd be cool. That will be interesting. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Alright. Oh, DCs are sharing my stuff. Sharing my shit. Okay. Let's see what's going on. Alright. So Judge Moyer is the judge that sentenced old Shelley Luther to 7 days in jail and $500 fine for every day she's been open for opening her salon, the one that we were hanging out at, armed, defending her right, standing by her side. making her not have to stand alone. She opened her salon while everybody else gets open without, except for her. So. Alright, how are people doing this 360 picture thing? 3D photo, huh? Okay. We take it tomorrow? No? Well, you're seeing the pictures on the phone. Okay, what about that? Live focus or portrait capture mode? Oh, so if I capture an object at different distances to create layers. Interesting. It's not a regular picture. I've got to take it with a live capture just so it has movement to find with it. Huh, interesting. It doesn't seem to be popping up. Live capture, what else? Tell me how to do those 3D ones. That's cool. All the ones I took on my iPhone with the live capture. Interesting. Let's see here. Waiting to get the slingback camera. It's been quite how I want it yet, but we're getting there. Those deep Ellum blues, sweet mama, got them deep Ellum blues. See a bit of the delay now. See here. Does that help? Does that help straighten it up? Let me see. I don't know.
So the lady manager just gave him better directions. He'll be here in a minute.
Okay. Should we order for him?
I think he's like half an exit away.
Okay.
So, and it was hard to talk to him.
I guess we should just order first.
Yeah.
They close in 30 minutes, so.
What? Yeah, true. Totally.
Okay. Good deal. I know exactly what I want, and I think I'm just going to get this full. Sounds good to me. Alright.
Are you drinking sweet tea, baby?
Unsweet.
Unsweet.
Yep, thanks.
Daddy's got them deep Ellum blues. There's audio. Talking just the other day. Said you gonna put me on a shelf.
I could order what I would like, and then my second choice, and then whichever one he prefers that he keeps. That seems logical, right? Just, it was really noisy, but I could probably hear you. I think he was trying to turn off the network.
Cool deal. Good deal. I mean, if we get in the order 30 minutes before they close, it's not a big deal. And it's all weird hours and shit anyway.
Yeah,
It's not like they've been open till 10 every day of the year. And
Yeah.
we showed up
Right.
before they closed. A little different.
Thank you. Our friend is, the GPS just messed him up. He'll be here in just a minute.
Oh, okay. Y'all need anything right now?
I'm waiting until he gets
Oh, you
here.
do want to, oh, all
Yeah.
three of us wait. I
Yeah,
thought
yeah.
you meant wait on his order.
Did-
Okay, yeah, we'll be ordering in a minute.
Did we move this from the bar?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay,
No,
okay.
yeah, I grabbed it from that table actually.
Oh, okay.
But since there's not a million people coming in, I thought it would be fun to have on our table.
You wanted to feel special.
Mm-hmm.
You're the only
I feel
one
like
that
I was
can
at a
sit
reserved
there.
table, you know.
I got you.
Oh, is he here? How's it going? Good to see you. Good to see you. Excellent, man.
Yeah.
Grew it, yeah. Well, you know, the barbers have been taking some vacation time or something.
This is the last place we were at before? We said over there, right? Hard to find, man. The
Yeah.
directions are all jacked. Can I go to these restroom real quick? Where are they?
That corner. Yep, where that guy's coming out of.
It is the same place. That's so there's so many places in Texas for
Well, I
steak.
think it was the middle ground, decent steakhouse between where he
Yeah.
was last time. Or
Yeah, probably. And it's, again, the time they're open. I can't believe barbecue closed at 8.
yeah, the scared people aren't leave the houses yet. I mean, not all of them.
Right?
And we totally recommend you all staying home
Yes, positively. Safety first.
for as long as
But
possible.
the few that come out should plan on just coming out later. Like we could just call the restaurant and say,
Yeah.
"There's no reason to open at 5. The ones that
We
are
could put out
scared of the corona are not scared of the dark.
we could put out a little rumor that the COVID's hide at night.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, the Ronus is scared of the dark. So
Right, yeah,
if y'all just come out at night,
obviously, 'cause
it's
you know
perfectly
that
safe.
Vitamin D is bad for it, so
So
scared. So no
total,
problem.
because that's
Yeah.
how it worked.
Yeah.
Logic and shit.
Logic and all that.
Yeah. Totes. Is that mine? It's my little Klein screwdriver. Beep 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 beep. It's my tweaker for and then it goes this way and then it goes on and then you got a regular little dually and you know all your different bits and stuff.
Concise.
Yeah. It's all right.
Good. How are you doing?
All right.
Thanks for driving.
I'm
all this way.
I'm a live streaming here.
While we eat?
My entire life, 24/7.
Are we live streaming right now?
I am at this
It's a
moment.
little bit weird.
Okay. Do you want me to stop it?
No, it's cool.
I will. I can.
I don't care.
Okay.
Live streaming stuff in my face. When I start stuff in my face, though, you gotta turn it off.
Okay. We'll
About
just
that? We'll
we'll
That seems fair. Yeah, he could be facing that way.
Cool. I'm gonna get. Did you guys already order?
Nope.
or I can just do this and like look at just my plate.
There you go.
How about that?
Like that.
Yeah.
I have chicken wings, huh?
Just
I'm a chicken wing banana.
Really?
they have no, they do not.
No, cheese fries, queso fresco, whatever the hell that is.
That's just
That's this here.
Okay.
We
I'm good. I'll just get it. Just get a steak. I'm hungry.
Japanino here. So yeah, so I'm starting the network of 24/7 live streams of people's lives, and
You mean like 24/7? When you're in the shower, you're live
oh
streaming?
yeah, it'll be everything. Now it's
Okay.
going to be running off our own server, so it's actually
That's a little weird, but that's right.
completely uncensored, unedited platform that people can use. That besides any other thing.
This is kind of like first person view Big Brother.
But
Well, say it.
I'm the very first tortured monkey on the Monkey Torture Network to try it out.
So while you're sleeping, you're snoring on camera.
It'll
And everything else, huh?
Yes, all of the things.
What is that?
It was like you can't sit, but I brought it over here for us.
That was on the counter in the bathroom.
Uh-huh.
Also, not this one, but there was one like it on the counter in the bathroom.
That's weird.
So there are
Which
like,
means what?
it means like if this sink has that, don't go to that sink because that so that because of social distancing, you think of it like a person. Social distancing is its own persona. So you give it space.
I like how you put that. Yeah.
Oh no, it was in between the two. It was in between the two.
Yeah, to make sure that you don't
Right,
by
don't get too
accident
close, yeah.
stand at a sink next to another
That's
person.
retarded. Whatever.
Welcome to life. Like,
The Ronus
yeah,
life.
I
it's
mean,
getting-
is it like are we like living in an onion?
food I keep
That's what I think. That's what I think it is.
Yes, that
That's what it feels like.
Yeah, I don't think it could get any more so.
What are y'all drinking?
I'm drinking iced tea.
I'm drinking a
that
Stone IPA.
I think unsweetened iced tea.
Unsweet tea?
Yeah. Hey, you have margaritas? I'm gonna get a margarita too.
Okay.
Sounds really good.
Do you want Patron, Don Julio?
Let's go with Patron.
Patron. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Salt or no salt?
Salt
Salt, okay.
and on the rocks.
Gotcha.
Thank you, ma'am.
And we're ready to order whenever you are because
Yeah, let's order.
the kitchen closes in like 30 minutes.
Let's
but
do it.
we'll get to.
We're gonna scarf up. Hey, so there's a protest.
Is this stop?
Yeah.
There's a
Or it
protest
went private?
at the jail. I'm gonna go to when we get done eating.
Yeah, she had mentioned that. a while ago.
Chili
Luther.
Luther.
Yeah. Yeah, I was at her place the first few days she was open.
I went there on Sunday, got my haircut.
Oh,
Did
that's
you really?
awesome.
Yeah. I drove 2 hours to get a haircut, but I figured it was worth it.
Totally worth it. Yeah, I've been chatting with her boyfriend too a couple days about it all, and so she got sentenced to 7 days and $500 for every day she was open. Fine.
She got fined $500 per day for disobeying the governor's order,
Right.
plus another $500 a day for being in contempt of court.
Oh, okay.
$1,000 a day.
It was consecutively charged on top of
Yeah.
each other. Okay.
Right.
Because it was 2 counts of contempt of court.
Well, but I mean, I just remember what the judge said.
Yeah.
He said $500 a day for contempt of court and $500 a day for disobeying the governor's order.
Gotcha.
Did you watch his hearing?
No.
Okay, so the shocker is the judge said to her, if you will admit you were wrong, and if you will admit that you were selfish, and if you will apologize to the public officials that you disobeyed, I won't put you in jail.
Right.
I'll only fine you. And she told
Nice.
him, no, I'm not going to admit that I was, I'm not going to admit that I was selfish because
Right.
I don't agree with that. So he went ahead and put her in jail, and with that, to me, that's unlawful. He's attempting to coerce her into confessing.
Isn't all DA and all
into testifying against herself?
aren't all plea bargains essentially the same exact thing?
No, because this is not. She hasn't gone through a trial, and this is for contempt of court.
But plea bargains before you go to a trial, it's if you admit you're guilty, then we'll just give you this many years.
It's similar, but this is the first time a judge has done that.
Okay. Yeah.
Are y'all
I've
going to
ever
be
seen.
together or is it going to be separate?
All together.
All together?
I'm
Okay,
buying-
there's
I'm buying
secret
dinner.
tab at the bar. We're splitting everything in.
We're ready to order food.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, too. But this is the judge. Look, it's an absurdity. There's no fucking law.
Yeah.
There's no law. The governor just made it up out of thin air.
It was ordinances. It's not even law.
No, it's not an ordinance. It's just the governor's
the
executive order.
cities put ordinances in place.
It's not. It's a governor's
I know.
executive order.
That's what
man.
they say. Yeah. Oh, you're talking about the Abbott's direct
She's accused of violating the governor's order, which is not an actual law.
Yeah, no, that's not at all. He's not even part of that branch of the government to make
I always
that.
forget it.
Used to be.
Yeah.
But no, I mean,
Precise.
Yeah.
the governor doesn't
Right. Oh, absolutely.
do this, essentially. Coercing her, attempting to coerce her into admitting guilt, and then he's punishing her for not doing it.
Right. Yeah. It's pretty wild. So we're gonna kind of.
Jenkins?
So Jenkins was involved?
Moyer was the over it today, or was it Jenkins?
Jenkins.
Oh, it was Jenkins there. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Thought they. The court was more.
The judge had issued a TRO, temporary restraining order, to order her to stop, carrying on her business.
The one she got delivered while we were, or her lawyer got served while she was
tore
there.
up, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was more.
So that's the elder contempt.
Isn't that really how it goes? It's when they need to do something that's not a law. It's the whole deal of arresting you arrest when the original arrest was not anything legit. It's like, well, but you didn't let us do what was illegitimate, so now you broke the law.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good analogy.
It's kind of one of those situations.
He's punishing her for disobeying an unlawful commandment.
Yeah.
Ladies. The fillet, the six. Okay. Charred side and medium on the end. Can I have other and salad ranch?
So mashed potatoes, green beans, brown
Green beans. Okay. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Full rack of ribs, green beans, and
Go with the New York strip,
Like that.
medium.
Medium.
Yeah, and that comes with.
Do two sides if you don't want the salad.
We do a baked potato.
You want it fully loaded?
No, just butter only.
Okay.
And some. What kind of salad you got?
There's regular salad or Caesar.
Yeah, let me get a Caesar salad.
Okay.
Do you have beef ribs?
We don't.
You don't? It's all pork?
Yeah.
Okay. I think that's good enough for me. You don't have any, you don't have chicken wings either, do you?
No.
You guys don't have any good appetizers.
they only have a.
limited right now.
Oh, you're limited?
This is the
Yeah.
abridged menu.
Okay, gotcha. No problem. All right, cool.
Right, he's making your margaritas, so it'll be right over, okay? Do you want another spoon?
No, I'll just take some water right now. Thanks.
Water? Okay.
Yeah. But we have a big guillotine in the garage that we are about to spruce back up so that we can roll out to.
So you're still with Open Curry, Texas?
No, it was always Come and Take It, Texas.
Oh, come and take it, Texas.
Yeah,
Okay, gotcha.
that was what I
get 'em confused.
originally started, and then.
You still running that or no?
Yeah, we don't do much with it anymore. We've been doing Don't Comply for like 15 years, and kind of stepped away from it for a while.
You gonna roll the guillotine out again for who?
For this whole corn on people and for all of the people opening their businesses. You know, all of those guys just got arrested in Laredo.
You mean Odessa?
Odessa. Yeah, West Odessa.
I watched that today. That was horrific. I showed that to John Shirley. He's a Houston retired cop.
I mean, that's something
He
that's...
said it's bullshit too.
Yeah. I mean, that's a step even up and above what's happening now in Dallas with Shelley.
Oh yeah.
But,
I mean, what were they doing? They were just out there to support a bar owner who was opening, right?
yeah, and they all got arrested.
And because they were open carrying, they pulled
On a
friggin-
licensed business's property, is what they said.
Oh, because it's a bar?
Yeah.
Oh, they can't. You're not allowed to be outside the bar with a firearm.
I don't think
I mean,
that's...
I've seen signs on the door, right?
Oh, that premises means something different. It means threshold of the
Yeah.
actual literal building.
That's why you have a sign, right?
Right,
So
right.
where was the freaking sign outside?
It
Nowhere.
wasn't. Yeah, exactly. That was the point behind that. Is like,
That's wrongful arrest.
yeah. There's just willy-nilly arrests going on
So is there
everywhere.
going to be protests against that?
It just happened. I haven't even. I was
yesterday.
I think that was today, wasn't it?
Today.
I think it was earlier today. And then last week was the two ladies that they did a sting operation that were doing nails that they arrested down in Laredo.
Cops like on Facebook to try and entice them into getting them to offer their services.
Yeah, a private session.
This is not a new Vice. A new Vice squad for nails.
Yes, they literally did a sting operation with the SWAT team on 2 ladies that, bless their hearts, they probably weren't legal to start with, but could have been. They didn't bring that up.
And
But
What do you mean? They were illegal aliens?
it's on. Yeah, I'm saying it's on the border of Texas that
But they weren't. But they weren't arrested for being illegal aliens. They were arrested for illegally soliciting
nail service.
nail solicitation.
Yes, nail solicitation. Yeah.
Mail solicitation, nails.
Spending arm.
I mean, I know that where they're like, hey,
You know what they're doing is they're
Yes.
government.
Yeah.
Have
Oh,
you
for
seen
sure.
the-
Arbitrary and capricious. I'm stupid.
Yeah, I like it too.
Idiot of God.
We-
I know.
It's like Yaki meets 1984.
and just a big
Which
marriage.
is never a combination in reality. Yeah.
But
yeah,
you know,
no.
the bad thing was, we watched it last week, so you got and rewatching it, I'm like, this
I hate
this isn't
documentaries.
funny anymore.
No, not in.
Idiocracy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was like, it's totally a documentary now.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, it was like 1984.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now we're living both. We're living a mashup of
Yeah,
the two of them.
it's like that wasn't supposed to be a user manual.
No.
Yeah.
Did you see the Chicago mayor?
Yeah.
That she was like she was doing some commercials and she was like, we've given you all the information that you need to. We have educated you. If you go outside, you're going to kill people. Don't do it. From now on, no longer warning. We're throwing you in jail, basically. And then her hairdresser came out and said she came to my shop and got her hair done a week ago. So they said, oh, so you went and got your hair done? And she said, yes, I am the face of Chicago, and it's important for me basically to look good. This is all paraphrased.
So all animals are equal, but
Except
some animals are more equal than others.
Exactly. Great minds.
Where have you
right?
heard that before?
I know, it was 2 hours ago.
Yeah.
And now it went from four legs good, 2 legs bad, to 2 legs good.
Yes. So she says she cares about hygiene and she felt that she needed a haircut.
Hey,
She didn't find any humor in this at all. That she was complaining
Never-
those two.
you know what we need?
Never
We need a
quit.
montage.
Yeah.
Gotta have a montage of all the idiocracy.
That would explain it all in just a.
We
Thank
should
you.
have an idiocracy montage.
Right.
Validity.
Yeah, we had brought out that guillotine before when we built it. Big functional full-size guillotine.
Hey, that's just
Okay.
some wigs
Do you
and
still have the picture of the one that you did? Because that was.
How about this Clay Jenkins? Can we get kind of a semblance
sure.
of the man?
I can do that. I mean, he's wearing a mask, so that's pretty easy to do. But yeah, I can do that.
All right. We may need it.
Hey, you know what? The founders did that. They tarred feather people in effigy.
Yeah.
That was the first step.
I,
And then they tarred feathered their asses for real. That was step number 2.
I think maybe we should start with step 1.
Yeah.
That
Tarred
starts
feather and a
someplace,
guillotine.
right?
I'm down with that.
Yeah, we have a fully functional. We had a make shop make the board for us.
I
Beautiful.
built one of those when I was in a sculpture class in college.
Mm-hmm.
Built the guillotine.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay,
Really?
so you might can come and
That's
help us spruce this one up. It's at somebody's house in her garage.
Does it really work?
Oh yeah,
Awesome.
it is functional.
Cool.
So we
The sound is right.
so the day
Oh yeah. They came and showed up and about jury nullification.
we carried them up the stairs to the front of the courthouse, and we had a big event about jury nullification. What was that? Almost a year ago now. Yeah. And Fox News covered us, and NBC covered us.
They did a great
And
definition.
Yeah.
got them to actually read off the full definition of jury nullification on the news, which is a big step from nothing.
A definition.
The literal definition of, these people are here to promote a method called jury nullification that is this, and said it as a factual statement, which is really good to hear on the news, not just a...
Like, what they read? Like Spooner or what?
Fully informed jury.
Fiji?
Yeah, it was more Fiji style. It's pretty neat to hear it spoken from the pundit that most people believe as truth.
Yeah, that you can decide
So-
whether the case should even be heard.
Local TV station?
NBC did it. Local 5.
I've gotten really fair coverage from local TV stations.
Yeah.
I've watched them.
They're nowhere as ideological as the newspapers.
No.
Newspapers almost always radical left. But local TV stations, a lot of times, they're like, hey, where's your, what's going on? Tell us what's going on.
But local newspapers are not?
Oh, no. Yeah.
All those Murdoch owned.
No, the left took over most local newspapers a long time ago. Like, look at Hood County News, where John lives. Radical left, attacked Oath Keepers, attacked him. You know, they're really, pretty obviously blatantly biased. But yeah, local TV stations, a lot of times are pretty unbiased.
Yeah. So what brought you over into Tejas?
You know, spent a lot of time in Texas. It's like a second home. I'm getting to the point where I like Montana in the summer and Texas in the winter.
I always loved the summers in Montana.
And Texas is an important state too. And we have a lot of Oath Keepers here. We have like 3 board members here now. Shell's one of them. It's 1, 2, 3, So getting some business done, board business. And I just think Texas is important. It's a critical state.
It is.
And you guys are in trouble. Look at this.
We're past
It's
in
a
trouble.
Republican state, but it's you may as well be a Democrat state.
We're past in trouble.
Yeah.
You know, they took over Austin 20 years ago. They've taken over Dallas now, and
But it doesn't even matter. I mean, Abbott is a so-called conservative. His lieutenant governor is running the Trump campaign here in Texas, and look what they're doing to you.
Right.
So,
Absolutely. I mean, is this? It doesn't matter who's in office.
exactly right. 2 wings of the same bird.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's also a good eye opener.
What?
It is.
Yeah.
Because people like Shelley, who is, for all intents and purposes, a normie, someone who has, a father is a Marine, loves the police, and loves the state, has finally had enough. And like, wait a minute.
She's a patriotic conservative.
Right, absolutely. And
Which, I mean, like a couple of years ago, they wouldn't have decided to go to jail. No, she would not.
But the moment that it's gotten to the point where they're willing to stand up and go, I've had enough, come what may, I'm going to do what I think is right. It's an important time for all of us to coddle this.
That's the silver lining.
Movement. Yeah, that's the
why I say
silver
it,
lining.
In the end, I mean, it's not great that she's in jail.
No, not at
But
all.
it's great that they're taking the mask off because they're showing Americans, like, hey, here's your 90-day free trial of totalitarianism.
Right.
What do you think of this now?
Is there a money back guarantee?
Oh, you get to pay for it.
$1,200.
You get to pay for it against your will. No contract.
Wait, I thought we got like $1,200 to
Yeah, you got
pay
supersized.
a month now. I think that is some of our money back.
But no, it's going to wake up more people.
Yeah.
On the prepping side, hey, turns out us preppers were right.
Yeah.
You should have your shit together, and just in case things happen.
Yeah.
Crap happens.
I got 3 months of toilet paper back over here.
And on the civil liberties side, it's like, okay. And even when there's a Republican president, or maybe especially when there's a Republican president, because if a Democratic president had been in office and
Then it would have
any
been
of this
just-
stuff, we'd have all lost our minds.
Yeah.
But Trump it's his DHS that issued those guidelines that all these governors are using.
Yeah.
It's his friggin' team that's advocating the shutdown and destruction of the American economy.
I actually have researched enough and found evidence that the mayors of these towns are actually under contract with the federal government that they have to obey the guidelines of these task force.
Or what?
A, criminal action, or B, their states are no longer allowed to receive any funding from the federal government.
I don't think anybody in the Trump administration, to his credit, has threatened that. What
No,
he did is,
they haven't threatened it. They've already signed it, is what I'm saying.
I'll have to see that. What he did is he issued these guidelines that the governors then said, hey, here's our political and legal cover.
Sure.
Issued by DHS. CD says we should do this.
It's all theater, though. It's a legal contract that I have evidence that they've signed.
Well,
The mayor and the chief of police in every town has signed off their sovereignty to the federal government.
I have to
And
see that.
I'll show it to you.
Okay. Let me see it.
That's the issue here. That they issue guidelines through task forces and these other things, which are under the surface required by law of the contracts they've signed, they must follow.
Well, that's unconscionable contract and also unconstitutional.
No, I'm not talking about legitimate. I'm talking about the deep state things that happen.
Well, that's it. What I do know is that Kushner is neck deep in that whole conglomeration of companies that are setting up the tracking system,
Yeah,
the electronic tracking system.
this is gonna be fun.
that they're going to use.
Yeah, I want to hack this.
What's that?
I want to hack it. I want turn their ear. Going to be really fun.
Everyone takes the mark of the beast, all of a sudden is designated as someone not taking the mark. It must be funny.
Yes. Yeah, it'll.
As long as the drones could be programmed too. Danger.
So I've had tours of FEMA region downtown Dallas on the top floor and been there with the red phone in the sealed soundproof rooms with the president and all of the control systems. They just built a secondary tower that has its own little satellite dish thing that pops up and rotates like this and comes back down on their building.
The one downtown.
Yeah, the big one downtown. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. Interesting.
I like that they have the antenna.
It was fun because they during the whole shutdown thing, when nobody was out is when they pulled it out and started using it first. About the day the Space Force said, oh, we got this new system where FEMA can start talking to the White House directly and block all the other satellites and all of this. About that day the FEMA Command Center building,
Yeah.
part of it, the top comes up and starts rotating, and I was like, oh, that's interesting.
Nice building.
Yeah. But
Fun times.
yeah, I've had some interesting access to a lot of
Do that.
buildings. I know people. They get me in places.
Huh.
But you know the big green downtown building that looks like
I don't know how often he's been downtown.
Oh.
Was it at the...
that's FEMA Region 6 Control Command Center, full on.
Right downtown.
The main big iconic building of Dallas on the top floor. But yeah, all of those aren't marked though. All the one in Irving with Secret Service and FBI and Homeland Security and all those that I get
Secret
access to every
Service.
single room of, they're not marked.
Secret. I know.
There's an international hotel company on the neighboring floor of Homeland that makes you go. Homeland wouldn't allow a private international hotel conglomerate property management company to be on the floor right next to neighboring walls of what they do.
It might be.
You know, yeah, and you're like, sounds like a front, but those are my fun days. Toured all of Halliburton and everything else under the. They give me access to every single room of every building. I got all the lights by all of the authorities.
Tell that he just like. So you tell me how. You tell me how. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
I hear you talking, and okay.
I've got
So it's like,
pictures.
okay, gotcha.
I've got
Now
pictures
gotcha.
too. I can show.
I believe it.
I just don't post all those pictures because
Yeah,
I
that's
would
a good plan.
I would be in
Yes,
serious
no, I
trouble.
think-
But
yeah.
and that's the fun thing. I get to walk in and just take pictures of everything all day long
Yep.
in all the rooms. I just haven't been able to publicly share them. But
When you start going to the chip factories ones,
yeah,
You know?
I may just do a wiki dump of
that
all
would
of
be
those
fantastic.
all those photos.
Yeah, I'm pretty anti. To amazing.
That's what needs to happen. Everything that Snowden did and Assange needs to be done times 1,000.
Oh, absolutely.
More Snowden-ish than Assange-ish.
It's just data dump.
Yeah,
In fact, someone asked me, like, what do you want Trump to do? And I was like, hey, I cannot drain the swamp. And I'm like, what do you want him to do? I said, what he should have done is he should have just gone and like ordered the U.S. Marine Corps to take over the NSA, take over the CIA, kick everybody out of the buildings, get the fuck out, and just do a massive data dump of everything. That's what he should have done.
I mean, yeah.
It'd have been like in They Live, you know? When all of a sudden the signal was interrupted and they could see them all. It'd been like that, right? Yeah. That's how you handle
Grab
it.
that skill.
You want to kill the deep state?
Unless you want.
Awesome, thank you, man.
Y'all need anything else?
Can I have salt and can I have some extra regular butter?
This looks great.
All right. Yum.
You got everything you need?
Yeah,
Good?
I'm warming up my hands. Got my hands.
Yeah.
Are you cold?
It's
Oh, I'm wearing.
Oh, I'm always in live sleeves for that reason. I'll
Is
try
that-
some.
That's all I've seen you wear.
This I know, right? Okay. I made a few shirts for Jordan Page. It has his tour locations on the back.
Oh, that's right. You used to be his manager.
Yeah,
Nice.
and
Back in
then
the day.
they only sold in a few sizes, and so now I have like 20 of them. Yeah,
What is your uniform?
it is my.
Nice.
I know that I can always find.
It's your Liberty Babe
10.
uniform.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
There you go. You should
I try
pepper-
some green beans.
Uh,
They're good.
no, you don't have to do that. You're good.
I won't finish them.
Thank you. Is your pepper somewhere?
No, that's why I asked
She
her
just
for
asked
salt.
for it. That's weird. There's none out.
Maybe because of the corona.
Oh, the
Oh,
Romans.
they don't want you, they
everything
don't want you
has
touching
to
it?
be, yes.
Now, mind you, you can go into a quick trip.
I touch everything.
Everything.
Also pepper, sorry. I don't like white pepper.
Yeah, you can go. That's what some people did. Okay, look. There's a constitutional issue here. That's the most important thing.
Yeah.
But then there is a practical absurdity issue. It's like I can go to Walmart and touch everything that everyone else is touching by the thousands.
Everything. Yeah.
Everything. But I can't go into a mom and pop store that sells like one thing I need.
Right.
So I would rather go to because then I'm exposed to fewer people and fewer germs, right?
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It makes no sense.
Isn't it something like has to be equal under the law?
Yeah, it's called equal protection under the law.
Not to mention FedEx and several stores stopped taking cash entirely. It's no longer legal tender.
Isn't that hilarious? No, that's
Like, so I'm sorry, we don't take that anymore.
And FedEx.
I went to FedEx, they would literally not take my cash.
Oh, good. Listen to us.
But I mean, as a registered legal business of the United States, you have to take it because it's legal tender. Because if not, you're saying it's
not legal.
not valuable, not legal
I
tender.
guess the government's trying to say, well, they know what they want. They want a cashless society.
Oh, they totally do, yeah.
Yeah, they want it. But not a Bitcoin cashless
Oh,
society.
yeah, don't do that.
They want your cashless society. They want their cashless society. Big banks.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I love it. It's always backpedaling and forward pedaling and yeah. We want no cash.
Backpedaling.
Oh, but not that kind of no cash. We want this kind of no
Yeah,
cash.
our kind, the Federal Reserve kind,
Mm-hmm.
digital. Digital.
Yeah, but not your digital. No, no.
Yeah. That dark wallet stuff, that's criminal digital.
Mm-hmm.
What's that?
Are you surprised how fast everything went?
What?
The shutdown and that everybody listened and no?
It's like a health version of 9/11. You know, you create an emergency and then bam.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I mean, if I was an evil genius,
Yeah.
it's pretty epic.
Well, yeah, from an evil genius
But it's not.
standpoint.
In the long run, it's not successful.
Really?
No, I don't think so. Because people are starting to realize how stupid it is. They're seeing the absurdity of it.
Do you think enough will do and will?
Well, like you said, look at people like Shelley and all her family and all her supporters. So the more they keep doing that, they keep pissing off another block of people.
But if they were to go back to normal right now, people would have taken that a little bit more tyranny and let it sit, and then the next generation more, and the next generation
Yeah,
will do it more.
that's the ratchet theory. That's how it tends to go.
Right.
But has in a way has shown the future, especially when it starts trap. And a lot of Christians are saying, no, that's the mark of the beast. Not gonna do it.
It's funny they did that 060606 of the
patent.
Of the patent.
They do have a sense of humor.
The original USC code 42 USC 666 was tying together the your social security number to your name.
They were just,
You remember that one? That was a good one.
Didn't know that.
It was under the auspice of child support and making people pay for it. So through your bank, which then you into a social number that takes you into you being the social security number. But it was 42 USC 666. Just happened to be tying your name to a number. It was just weird. It's
coincidence.
Total coincidence.
Human number.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm not religious or believe in numerology at all. It's fun how they like to play like they do.
no, they. I think they do. They like.
Well, it's either that or Revelation is coming true.
They do. Or both.
I mean, if they're legitimate Satan worshipers, then they believe it too.
That's true.
Working for the other team.
So have you mostly been in Texas during this? How's it going in Montana?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I was in Montana for a little bit, and then make sure my kids were stocked up on food and be safe. Then I came here to get some oath business done. I'm going back to Montana soon, though.
Not much is happening up there, right? Like there's hardly any.
A little bit, not much.
I heard it was pretty restrictive from what they did.
They were, yeah.
Their dictates. I mean, you're so far out, they can't enforce it, but
Yeah. I mean, they shut down the schools, and they shut down restaurants, things like that. A lot of the same thing, but it's also rural Montana.
wasn't it South Carolina that did like nothing?
South Dakota.
South Dakota, sorry. That's what I meant.
There were like.
What did I say? Carolina.
Yeah.
Yeah, I meant Dakota.
There was like 9 states that did nothing, right?
And the South Dakota governor is one that's been most outspoken about it. And you know what? If it weren't too late and she ran against Trump, I'd vote for her over him. I would.
Yeah.
Because she stood by her principles and her oath and did the right thing.
Did the right thing, yeah.
So I would vote for her in a heartbeat. If she were the primary against, probably too late now though. But yeah.
I wouldn't mind going back and spending another summer up in Montana sometime. It's beautiful up there.
It is.
Hadn't been there in years.
Best place to be on the planet, summertime. Either that or Alaska.
First 9 years of my life was up there.
Well,
Sydney, on the North Dakota border, right on the Yellowstone.
oh, way up there.
Yeah, about 30 minutes from Saskatchewan.
Yeah. Well, which is not that far from Canada on the northwest side.
Yep. Yeah, we were the plains area over there. Flat.
Highline,
You can sit and watch your dog run away from home for 3 days.
pretty much. You know, I think we all realize it's kind of like Corvo said a long time ago. You know, it's too late to work within the system and too soon to shoot the bastards. So I think it's obvious that it's too late. You're never going to defeat the deep state using conventional politics. You're not going to defeat them using their own system.
Never.
The system's rigged. It's like George Carlin said. It's a big club and you ain't in it. So you've got to.
It's
do
like a
something.
casino. You'll never bankrupt the casino.
Yeah, it would take a data dump situation, something like that, to blow the lid off, expose all the pedophiles and all the friggin' Satan worshipers and all the snuff film whatever that other kick is that they're all blackmailed for. You have to blow them all out like that, expose them all, and then they'd be done. It'd be just like they live.
Yeah,
That's really the only way.
But how can you expose it if they control all forms of communication?
Like I said, Trump should have ordered the U.S. Marine Corps to go do the right thing. I would have done it if I was president, but he didn't do it.
Yeah, you totally would have if you were president.
I'd have done it right there from. They've been like, "Where's he at?" Oh, he was always sworn in by the Supreme Court. Oh, he's on his way to the CIA headquarters.
I'm fairly certain that if he wasn't already part of them upon getting that position, they probably have a scope on him and all of his family, preventing him from doing that.
They did what they did to Reagan. They surrounded him with deep staters who then told him, "Well, you can't do that. You can't do this. You can't do much of anything until you're second. You can be reelected." Mm-hmm. It's kind of like the Q people. We're all waiting around for this miraculous event that's going to happen, and they're just waiting and waiting and waiting.
Yeah,
but
that's very short-sighted. People believe such a thing.
I don't know about that. I know some really smart people that believe it.
The Q?
Yeah.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
Because they, I think it's because they just want to believe it.
Well, okay, sure, but people want to believe. I mean,
it's similar to the people that are like, "Hey, I understand your frustration with Trump, but he's got to get reelected, and once he gets in a second term, then he's gonna really go after him."
Right.
It's like whatever.
Isn't that about every president all down the line?
So
Politics is.
And hey, right there, his own family was a snake. He was right helping set the system to track your ass.
Right.
Literally.
Wow.
That's his own son-in-law.
Trump is talking about a vaccine too.
He came with the deep state pre-installed.
That's
his
super
family.
cool, right?
What's that?
That's cool when you bring some slimy piece of garbage with you. That's
Just like Jesse Benton and Ron Paul's family.
that's exactly what I was thinking. I mean,
Right?
some people have such a blind spot for
Let some Cubas trade their, Then what?
But see, if they play the whole politics, even if there was a complete dump of information and everybody knew all the things, they're like, "Oh, we'll just vote in good people now," and that will never fix the system. The system itself is corrupt.
Well, you'd have to scrap the CIA. You could do this. Scrap the CIA, scrap the entire military-industrial complex.
Do you think that would fix it?
Well, it's certainly better than what we have right now.
Better.
And then scrap the Federal Reserve. We should get back to.
Sure, but you say better, but does that fix it? I mean, with the Constitution, in quoting Spooner, it's either and the government that we have been useless to prevent it.
That's true of any system of government.
What I'm saying. I mean, back.
So what's your alternative?
I don't even want to get there. I want to start with it's a moral government. We can get there in a second. Government is immoral and shouldn't happen.
All right. Then what?
No, don't just jump to that. Just like in slavery was bad, it has to end. Let's get rid of slavery. Well, how is the cotton going to get picked in the fields? Let's not think about that right now because it's immoral.
It was Ernie Hancock's Freedom's Phoenix event way back a long time ago, like 8 years ago. And I was on a panel discussion. There was that one SF guy was on there. What's his name? Anarchist. What's his name now? I'm forgetting his damn name.
That'll come to me.
But anyway, we're on this panel. Everyone's talking. And I said, "Look, man, you're gonna have rules, right?" "Oh, well, yeah. Well, they're pre-agreed upon. Everyone agrees to the rules.
Okay.
And it's stateless, like one of these little floating libertarian islands.
Okay.
Everyone agrees on the rules, right?
Okay.
Who enforces the rules?
But
Someone does, right?
In a real world, everybody owns their own land, private property, and you can have whatever rules you want on your own property.
So you all agreed to be on this floating island utopia of libertarians.
Who owns the island?
Well, you all do. You all own your own little piece of it, right?
We all
like a
chipped
timeshare.
in on a
Yeah, I guess.
timeshare?
Sure, whatever.
Well, that's weird. Nobody would.
Well, so you have, so say you all own your own land,
Okay.
Utopia,
Okay.
and now
That's fair.
it's all
Okay.
contracts, right?
I mean, everybody owns their own property. Got it.
And then you have security contractors, prevent theft and whatever.
Okay.
All right. So someone breaches contract, how do you enforce it?
I mean, with your security.
All right. So then your security versus their security, kind of sounds like the little city states in Italy.
Okay.
Yeah.
And America and versus China and all that isn't
Right.
the same exact thing?
Exactly.
Okay.
So you don't have to call it government, but you still wind up with the government because someone is enforcing the rules. There's rules.
Sure. So people.
Someone's got to enforce it.
So people are enforcing the rules of their own property that someone broke the rules of somebody's own property on their property, right?
Yeah.
It's completely different than government. Government government claims all of the land, and they enforce rules involuntarily on everyone. If you choose to come onto someone's land, you're agreeing to abide by the rules of that property.
Kind of like the barons that owned the land way back in the day, and then the peons that agreed to go and farm the land, they agreed to be on it, or the company towns.
Actually, back then, you could still go west. You could go to undiscovered lands. There was somewhere you could actually go.
Escape valve.
What? Dude, what?
Escape valve.
There used to be a spot, right? But now there's not.
I'm hoping for Mars.
Everybody has claimed every single bit of land. So we are in actually a different predicament that humans have ever been in the history of humans. There was always an undiscovered area. There was always somewhere else you could go, and now there's not.
And that's why you wind up with moon's a harsh mistress, right? For Heinlein. Everyone goes to the moon to be free. That's the new frontier.
Sure, but somebody's going to own it before we can get
There.
Right.
Legitimately or not. Well, I mean, let's not even bring legitimacy into it, because then you got to say, well, does showing up in a place and killing everybody give you legitimacy ownership?
Similar to that.
Yeah, yeah.
Right,
So
conquest, right.
that's a whole nother.
So if you're George Soros, who
Okay.
managed to become a massive billionaire through
Sure.
all of his corrupt depravity,
Yeah.
then he goes and purchases the moon.
Right.
George Soros owns the moon. Legitimately.
Purchase it from who?
Well, he just goes and settles it.
Okay.
Well, hey, let's say you buy from somebody.
So. Okay.
U.S. government plants its flag. We already did. At least we think we did.
Yeah, right.
Well,
I'm still
whoever-
holding out.
Well,
Okay.
whoever claims it and can defend it owns it.
All right. So then it's up to George Soros.
All right.
George Soros owns the moon.
Yes, he does. Oh.
Yeah. Even though he's a corrupt piece of shit.
Right.
Yes.
And Rockefellers.
Sounds like you need a bigger army to take it back.
Right.
So and in the end, it's might makes right, right?
It doesn't ever make right. I said let's leave legitimacy out of this,
Why?
because it doesn't mean anything in this world. It doesn't change reality in any way, shape, or form.
So what about contract theory among libertarians? That doesn't matter.
It helps humans get along with each other with less conflict than it would be otherwise.
So I mean, if you own yourself and the products of your labor,
Okay.
then when someone takes it, that's illegitimate, right? So legitimacy
Sure.
does matter. Right?
Oh no, it doesn't matter. It gives you a reason to go take it back or to.
It doesn't matter.
Ultimately,
If you believe in natural rights, it matters.
I mean, it
I mean, she
matters.
has a right to her body, right?
Sure.
That's her
Sure.
own personal property.
Yeah.
So
It matters
someone-
to her.
If someone, no, it matters. It's an inherent right.
Sure, but the person wants to violate those rights. It doesn't matter to them.
Yeah, maybe, but is it right or wrong?
Well, I mean, right or wrong is completely entire.
No, it's not. Talking about rape, it's not out of the equation. It's wrong.
Okay, if it's out of the equation, then all of the government is completely wrong, and all of them should be beheaded
No, I'm talking
instantly.
No, I'm talking about we're talking about whether or not.
Thank you, sweetie. I talk.
We're talking about whether or not.
He actually enjoyed.
I know. You can just listen.
Do you all want carrot cake or cheesecake?
Cheesecake? No, thank you.
No? Okay.
I'm okay. So we're
I mean, do you believe in natural rights?
sure, but it's a completely different conversation. who controls and who defends areas and persons and property.
Because it's been legitimately society. And it's
Legitimacy,
not,
yeah.
it's not a subjective idea of the person that's going to violate her doesn't agree with that. It's all subjective. It's not subjective. That's her property, right?
It is.
I mean to personalize it.
It is her property until she can't defend it, and then somebody else owns it.
No, they don't. They just violated her rights.
They illegitimately own it,
They
but
don't own it. They don't own it.
well, yeah, and that's semantics. Like a guy who steals a bicycle.
Semantics?
Yeah.
No, if a guy steals a bicycle, he's stolen your property.
Yeah, he
doesn't-
kind of owns it. If you can't get it back from him, he now owns a bicycle.
He now possesses stolen property.
Semantics. We can go with that.
It's not semantics.
He now possesses stolen property, but he can now do with it as he will, as he wishes.
Not legally, and not morally.
Sure. Yeah, and I agree with all of those things.
Otherwise, sex slavery is legitimate. If you can.
Oh no, and that's why I'm saying we should leave legitimacy out of the equation because
Why?
it's a different conversation.
I don't think so. It goes to the heart of the matter.
It's whether or not you want to defend or protect a certain thing.
No, it's some things are just wrong. You know, like I had this conversation with people before. You know, like a lot of.
And I totally agree with you. I'm just playing devil's advocate here.
It's what is challenging is you both completely agree.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I was just wanting to explore the other side of this with someone who is very intelligent about it.
Like I talked to some leftists, and I got it. I'm gonna buy you lunch or dinner. I've talked to leftists before, like a law school, and they're like, oh, you know, all value is subjective because they're a communist. This entire construct of the West is illegitimate. The Bill of Rights, the concept of rights, individual rights is all nonsense.
Okay.
And I said, okay, so you're saying that women don't have a right to their own body, and if someone rapes them, it's only wrong because it's illegal?
Right.
That if you didn't have a law against it, then it wouldn't be wrong?
And what do they say?
Oh, well, then they have to go through mental gymnastics to say, well, that's not what I meant. And
Right.
They're not very consistent in their arguments or thought process.
That clashes with their whole paradigm of well, you know, capitalism is inherently oppressive and exploitive.
Right. Yeah.
Well, it's like, well, wait, so there's an inherent right that you're saying that capitalism is exploiting. So you do believe in inherent rights.
So, now that you agree with me, and I definitely agree with you that, you know, personal property, you own your own body.
And the product of your labor.
And the product of your labor.
Right.
So let's follow this through and universalize it. Let's look at the Constitution where they deem that Congress can enact and levy taxes on the person. Claim ownership of your body. I mean, is it? So it's the Constitution is now illegitimate. It's
So
more.
Except for
Good point.
and I got that from friggin' I think it was Churchill, right? Yeah.
Okay. Okay. That ends the conversation.
No,
Sure.
it doesn't. No, it really doesn't.
No, but I'm saying,
'Cause like you said, like the Sandra Spooner pointed out, and he's right. It's like, hey, look, this government is either authorized or it's failed to prevent what we now see.
either way, it's trash.
Yeah. Well, it's not trash. It's the worst form of government except for all
It's a
the
good
others.
right.
Yeah.
It's a good starting point.
If I'd have been around back then, I would have voted against the Constitution. I just stick with the Articles of Confederation.
Yeah.
And I think that history has shown that out. Now, of course, the other side would say, well, wait a minute, we didn't have a strong constitution and a central government had been invaded and conquered by the people.
Yeah.
You know, maybe they're right.
Yeah, I do.
Thanks.
Have a great night.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
But hey, you know, I was just talking about that with John Shirley earlier. Right out of the gate, you had Sam Adams, one of the heroes of the Revolution, the man who defended, or no, I'm John Adams, I mean, as a lawyer, defended the British soldiers who were accused of murder from the Boston Massacre, right? He defended them, and successfully. So you got a guy very principled, and yet, as President of the United States, what's he do?
Yeah.
What did he do?
Was he Alien Sedition?
Well-
Alien Sedition Acts, yeah. He directly, I mean, he signed into law in a statute that allowed them to go and arrest newspaper editors for criticizing the president, criticizing the government.
But I really think in that era, obviously they were not able to really universalize these first principles that led them to understand that they were claiming ownership of other people's bodies during all of these situations.
Oh, no. I mean, they understood.
If they did, then they were all evil people and seeking
They
to
were good
control
for
and
5 minutes.
No,
yeah.
even hey,
Every one of the founding.
himself and a lot of them in the very they
Sure.
were opposed to it.
Yeah, but that blatant in your face aspect of it, the levying taxes and
So what I meant is that out of the gate, even the founders themselves
Right.
directly violated the Constitution.
because I think they originally wanted that.
and did something that it says they can't do.
Right.
Right.
Like it says in the First Amendment, Congress shall make no law. I mean, what did Congress do?
Made,
Congress
made a law. Right.
And then, so that's where
Absolutely.
that's when Jefferson. But Jefferson was always what he was.
Yeah.
But that's when Madison was like, Madison switched teams. Madison, helped write the Federalist Papers, was all about the Constitution, didn't want a Bill of Rights because he thought it would restrict the government too much, the central government.
Yeah.
Did not believe the new central government would be dangerous. I don't know how he thought that. He thought the division of division of powers and all these checks and
Yeah,
balances
too
would make
much,
would
yeah.
make it safe. And only the best men would rise to the top. Is what he thought. What he said.
Always.
Sure.
That's always.
We go
what
read
happened.
Federalist 10. It was his whole theory was that this is going to be,
Yeah,
only
we
the
got
best
this
men rise to the top.
Yeah, only the. Sure.
And then he was shown to be a fool. And then he was like, oh shit, Jefferson's right.
Yeah,
And
it's
then he was
kind of
like, hey,
embarrassing.
Kentucky and Virginia resolution. All right, nullification.
Yeah, vacation.
But there was a lot of people like Bernays who was also pushing that throughout the time, that since we are the rich, smart white people, we have a duty to change all of the organized habits and thoughts of the other
Of the
masses.
other people.
All those Irish.
Yes, to help
Scottish.
further
All Irish
to help further democracy. It was their duty as the smart people.
White man's burden.
Yeah, white man's burden.
Or the wasp burden. White
And-
Anglo-Saxon Protestant.
Can the puppies eat that?
Pork? No, I wouldn't get it.
No, the bones. No,
I don't
they're too
think so.
soft. Too bad.
So sure, I mean, a lot of the founders are hypocrites. Jefferson himself.
Right. I kind of think
But it doesn't make him wrong. He was right about what he said.
some of
wrong
the
to be
things.
a
And in fact, he was right about what he said about slavery. He said, I tremble for my country when I reflect that God is just.
Yeah.
And he was talking about slavery, about the effect that slavery has, because he lived it. He
Yeah.
says that a child grows up seeing this and being in command of adults and owning them and everything else.
Right.
And it shapes his character. That shapes his character towards totalitarianism.
Right. For
You know,
sure.
he knows that because that's what he lived.
Yeah.
That's how he knows.
Yeah.
So he knew it was wrong, but he was just trapped in a system that he was.
I feel a lot of them just wanted to take over that position of King George and wanted to be paid instead of him. And that's all they were aiming to do, was to
Some
create
of them,
their own.
Yeah.
Because,
Like Hamilton for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely.
because from,
He wanted a king. He wanted Washington to become king.
yeah, because in under 200 years, we became the largest empire ever known to humans.
Yeah, we kicked the shit out of an empire to be free. We want to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But hey, that was for Christian benevolence, right?
Yeah.
What do they call it? What do they call that? Manifest destiny. It's manifest destiny.
Exactly.
It sure was.
Helping democracy, spreading
But,
it everywhere,
democracy.
spreading it all
You know.
over the place.
I'm not dedicating all of my time and energies to, fighting the good cause these days, but I do like to organize here and there and get people to do things that are effective and help. And, I don't know. Sometimes I wonder where to put those energies sometimes.
I know the feeling, man.
What?
And then sometimes you feel like Don Quixote, right?
Yeah.
It's like I'm just tilting windmills. I'm not doing anything, getting anything done. Why am I doing this to
Why?
myself?
Yeah, why?
You just go to
Enjoy
Costa
life.
Rica and enjoy life.
Yeah.
Please, yeah.
Please, yeah.
And then I look at my
Somewhat.
kids and I think, please. So that's the thing.
Well, the day before yesterday, now middle-aged and don't even have children. I'm like, why am I even bothering?
Right.
Why does it even matter to me what happens to the world after I'm gone?
What's your conscience tell you? What's your answer?
Even though I hate to
You
care,
try not to.
I really try not
Not
to.
to.
I just want to just go enjoy myself on
Right.
and I
Oh,
and I
Not
yeah.
concerned.
It really is bliss.
Oh, yeah.
I really wish that
yeah.
I didn't have to think about all of it and have that, intellectual burden of just going through, the reality of the world. And understanding these evil people have the power and are doing these things to everybody.
Well, you think about Epstein represents the massive iceberg
Yeah.
of, I'll just call it what it is, satanic child sacrifice and torture. You know, sexual depravity and torture.
Mm-hmm.
It's about that.
Really?
Yeah, he knew a guy that had done that kind of crap. No, Jordan was involved in it, but he knew he met somebody that told him, confessed his sins.
That would be hard. I mean, like, if you ever realize how bad you are, you should kill yourself right there.
Yeah. So they've been blackmailing politicians.
I mean, it's the thing. Sure.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, he's not some anomaly. They've been doing that for decades.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I mean, what's the easiest way to control people?
Yeah.
Is to have blackmail on them. I mean, really bad blackmail.
Really bad.
Yeah. Like child molestation and killing kids and all that kind of crap.
Just murdering people and doing all the.
And look at the cartels. Look what they do to children, women and children.
Yeah.
So we know that shit's going on. It's. I kind of feel like it goes right back to manhood. If you're a fucking man, what are you here to do? You know, you're here to provide and protect, right?
Obviously.
So,
Yeah.
So I mean, it's.
That's where you were going with that, right? Okay, cool.
I mean, it's just so far past.
are you a dominatrix? Or what?
It's just so far past when we should have been pulling triggers that it's just.
Yeah.
It's so far past that it's just like even get people to want to, like, because we're so far past that line. Like, you know, we should have actually, like.
Well, that's the problem.
Decades ago.
It's so easy to get men
So-
to see the external enemy. It's like Cicero said, right? I believe it was Cicero said a long time ago. The enemy inside the gate is the more dangerous because he looks like you and speaks like you,
Right.
dresses like you.
The enemies within.
He's, you know, they're harder to see and harder to face up to. You know, no one wants to admit that there are people inside our country that are more dangerous than the ones that are on the outside.
Yeah. But everyone's grown so accustomed to everything, and that whole boiling frog pot scenario is why. Why people aren't beheading politicians right now.
Travel like Central and
Sure,
South America,
yeah.
right? So it's like, hey, this is the way it is. There's an oligarchy that runs
Just
things.
how
oligarchy.
yeah, they're just warlords.
You just
It's except they write it down on paper and you can fill out a form online and pay them. You know, it's not quite as advanced. You got to go to the minister and give him a little money and give him some lobster, and then
so
I get my
it's
taste.
actually a little bit easier to buy in the world right now.
sit in a government building and to meet people and do things.
Right.
Like I can do it online in America. You know, if I want my gun permit in Belize put to the top of the stack, I got to go talk to a guy, give him some money, and go to a couple offices. Here in America, to get my passport moved to the top of the stack, I pay an extra $75 online, and they express it.
But if you're in like
the same
San
thing.
Francisco
It's the same
and you
thing.
want your gun permit, you got to be Dianne Feinstein or someone else is connected. That's
Oh,
what
I
I'm
guess
saying.
so. So that would be easier.
It's actually rougher here in some
Sure,
ways.
sure. Oh yeah, in some ways, yeah.
You got to be a real player.
Because those things aren't permitted generally here at all.
Only
but
the top
things-
gets to do that.
Right, only the top.
They get to buy their way out. You can't.
Right.
Yeah.
But down there, if you have the money, you can buy your way
Exactly.
anywhere.
Yeah, a couple $100, you can get whatever you want, pretty
Right.
much.
Sure.
Here, a couple $100 won't get you your gun permit in San Francisco.
No, it won't.
No.
Yeah.
You got to have connections. You gotta
That's
have millions
true.
of dollars of connections.
That's true.
Same goes for New York.
Yeah.
New York City.
Yeah, that's true.
Why we're not moving there? No, New York. No, I'm going with no.
I like New York.
Yeah, really? Yeah.
I've had
Feel
fun the
free?
few times I've been there. No, nothing about free.
Good place to
Okay.
visit.
Yeah, good place to visit.
Like Vegas.
See a couple shows.
Yeah.
Last time I was there, I played juice harp solos on like 8 different stages.
Really?
I don't know how it happened, but somehow I was in my
Wait,
juice
you
harp
played what?
phase. Juice harp. I had a whole different set of different keys, and I was a musician at one point. Somehow I was on a juice harp kick one year when I went to New York.
You guys want to go to that protest?
Where is it?
It's at the sheriff's. It's at the jail, county jail.
I did not bring my large weapons.
You don't need it.
Oh, well, that doesn't sound like a fun protest thing. In what town? Where were we? Down in Dallas? Was it down? Was it down in
I'm
Dallas?
looking for the address right now.
Oh, okay, okay.
Here it is. 1 West Conch Street.
That does sound like City Hall.
Yeah, it's starting right now.
It's starting
It's right down the street from the courthouse.
10 o'clock at night.
No, it's starting 11 o'clock at night. I mean 9 o'clock at night. Or 9:30. I'm sorry, 9:30. It just started.
When is she going to jail?
She's in jail.
So they took her right away?
Yeah.
Why do you think that they? I mean, didn't we all know
If
this
you're held in
yesterday?
contempt of court, you go to jail right away.
Yeah, I mean, didn't
can't-
we
you
know
can't
this
post
yesterday?
bail.
Because she announced yesterday, she was like, "Oh, we were doing the court thing by Zoom meeting, and then they requested yesterday that I be there." I mean, we all knew she
And then
was.
someone
gonna,
today was like, "Oh, they're going to post bail," and
like,
then
no, she
one
wasn't.
of the media guys was like, "Wait a minute, she's been held in contempt of court. She can't post bail." I'm like, "Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, we all kind of knew that.
You go straight to jail. And there you sit."
Yeah.
Only way out is the governor could grant her clemency. I think that's what they call it here in Texas.
He
Yeah.
should.
And you should.
He's in
So-
enough trouble for
But it was
everything
his.
else.
It was
That's
his
one thing.
rule.
He shouldn't be they shouldn't be protesting outside the jail. They should be going to the governor right now and saying, "We
Right.
need to let her out."
Yeah.
At his house.
Well,
That's
they're
what, that's what
opening-
should happen.
They're opening salons on Friday.
Mhm.
So she will be in jail longer.
Yeah.
She's gonna be like one of those people that had pot that's in jail after pot's legal. You know. So they're going, but
She's being punished for not bending the knee.
right.
Yes.
Yeah, not curtsying to the king. Yeah,
And begging forgiveness and apologizing.
I like
The
that.
judge told her today,
That was-
if you apologize,
That's
if
amazing.
you
Then
admit
we'll
that you
then
were
we'll look the
wrong,
other way.
That's amazing.
and if you admit
to
that
say.
you were just being selfish,
Uh-huh.
and you apologize, I won't put you in jail.
That's
Was
interesting.
that televised or videoed? 'Cause
We watched
that-
it.